You know those self-proclaimed history buffs, usually high school boys or middle-aged men who say they're really smart and intelligent about history, but what they really mean is that they know a lot of facts about World War II guns and a lot about the Roman Empire. I have a little admission to make, I'm sort of the same way, so here's my soapbox. I think ancient America needs to be in more stuff. I want movies about Aztecs and Mayans. I want video games. I want an Assassin's Creed set in Tikal or some Mayan city. It would be great. But what am I getting at here? I was looking through some stuff one day and I saw that there's this Aztec card game, Aztec-inspired card game based off the mythology, the animals, the art style, and I thought it looked super cool. So I reached out to them, asked for a review copy, and they said they'd send me one. So here I am going to review this. It's called Nawalli by Studio Tecuanis. And one last item of business, I've never actually filmed a physical version of myself, so you guys are gonna get a hand reveal, but of course I'm a taco, I don't have hands, so I hired someone else to do the hands. If you guys don't love the unboxing sort of style of content, go ahead and skip to the time code and that will be the actual review. But other than that, let's go ahead and unbox this sucker, and then after that we'll get to talking about it. So here I am with an incredibly scuffed setup, so please pardon it. I don't know what you're expecting. I just hired this guy on a whim because I don't have hands. I needed some hands, so we're letting this guy do it. Say hello to also my grungy table here, my very mid lighting setup. Come on, man, you should know by now that I'm not a professional, so I hope you weren't expecting anything crazy. So my first concern is that these mats were just sort of folded up, so I was a little concerned that they might be a little like warped or bended, but as you can see, they honestly rebounded perfectly and they're doing just fine. So I think that's a pretty good win overall. And of course, the moment we've been waiting for at the very bottom. A little smaller than I expected. The website made it look like it was relatively big, but it's honestly just a handheld game. But frankly, I mean, I really do think it's good to have it small because then it's just way easier to carry around. You can see we have some pretty cool coloration and designs on the side. Good Aztec stuff. My nails are way too short to open this, so let's have a quick little time lapse of me having a super hard time trying to open this. And there we go, there it is. Nice little ASMR flick we got there. And yeah, so here's the box. It's looking pretty good. A little bit of odd feeling. This video really could be ASMR. We're going to do the little iPhone box open right here. Pop that lid open. And it's pretty nestled in there. I really like the layout. It's nothing crazy. We got a little bag, which I wasn't expecting. So we have that. We have our little rule book here. Rifle through that. Nice little ASMR again. Gonna pop the bag out, see what's inside. Now, I read the website, so I'm expecting, yeah, real obsidian here, which is really cool. I do really like how they have real obsidian. We have little red markers, little D4 there, everything looking pretty cool. We'll go ahead and seal that back up in the bag, and we'll go ahead and check out the rest of the box contents. So we've got this stack of red cards, or, okay, I guess foldable something or other. They outstretch into multiple colors. I'm sure I'll figure out what the heck these are supposed to do after I read the rules. So for now, let's just go ahead and pop those to the side and check out the cards themselves. And here we've got the cards again wrapped in the wrap that I will not be able to break apart. So let's go ahead and time-lapse that bad boy, and then boom, we got some really cool cards here. I'm rifling through them pretty quick, time-lapsing it a little bit just for the sake of, I'm sure we'll be able to see them plenty once we're actually playing. Rifle through the other stack. Looks like there's two types of cards we've got going on, some reference cards at the end. But for now, we'll just stack those up. Pop those to the side. Ooh, nice little satisfying stripe on the side. Oh, dude, those actually look really good when they're stacked together. I'm a big fan of that. Anyway, we're going to pop that down to the side. And looks like we got some bonus fries here. Got a little extra obsidian. We will just pop that in the bag. Everyone likes a nice little extra obsidian. And now we're just going to go ahead and put everything back. One of my biggest pet peeves is a board game that just doesn't really let you put it back in the way it came in. And I was a little concerned that this bag would make it hard, that it might get in the way, and that it only fits in a certain way, but it just popped in super easy. So I'm glad that the game is nice and small, portable, everything fits well, and oh man, the colors all fit with the box too. Okay, it's very small, but also all dissatisfying. And then we'll go ahead and pop it down. Thumbs up. Oh man, I'm so bad at webcams. And yeah, I guess, so I'm assuming I'm supposed to use this bag to put the mats in. I'll just give them a quick fold and pop them in. Yeah, they seem to fit. I think the only little critique I have is that I'm just not a huge fan of this rope material that we use to close the bags. It's just one of those fragile, sort of fray ropes. It's a really small nitpick. I don't know. It's just a personal preference thing. thumbs up. Is that in frame? Dude, I don't know. Let's actually get into talking about the game itself. So now, as of recording, I've played a handful of times. I've tried out some of the different things. I've read all the rules. So let's go ahead and give my thoughts on this bad boy. So I'm not quite sure where to start. Go ahead and enjoy some background footage here of me and a buddy of mine playing it. As you can see, I had a phone and a tripod, so my footage is going to be okay. It'll be fine. But as far as the game actually goes, I was just reading the rules. So as I was just sitting down for, half hour, whatever, reading through the rule book, I was honestly blown away. Like, just from reading it, I knew I was going to love this game a lot. Right from the get-go, there's like a dozen different ways to play. There's 1v1, there's 4-person free-for-all, there's 2v2, there's you versus the deck, there's you and a teammate versus the deck, so you don't even need a friend to play it, you can just play it alone. So I love that aspect of it, and I love deck builders, and deck builders are good because what they allow you to do is to play the same game over and over, but because there's so much versatility and variety in the cards, it's very replayable. So one of my favorite things about this game is that there's so many different modes, but there's also so many different cards that it's so small, yet you can have so much fun with it. There's games that are huge, but you can only play them 3 or 4 times before you feel like you've seen it all with this game. So that's why this game, I think, is great, because you can just replay it over and over, and I think that's a very good, strong thing. And yeah, on the topic of deck builders, the way this game actually plays, I don't want to give you a whole rules play-by-play because, frankly, I'm not here to be the rule book, but it plays a lot like your standard deck building style games. It reminds me of stuff like Hearthstone and, God rest his soul, The Elder Scrolls Legends. I cannot believe that game is dead. That is so sad. But it's sort of that similar thing where you get energy every turn and you use that to summon monsters into lanes and they'll fight each other, stuff like that. So that's sort of what the general gameplay and style is like, and again, I think it's super duper fun. I love the way it plays, and the way all the abilities work with each other allows you to have some really fun combos. For example, in this background footage you can see I managed to get 4 wind abilities on a single monster, which means I could just swap my opponent's cards around again and again and again and again and do damage to them every single time. So there's just plenty of opportunity for goofy combos and a lot of fun. So as you can see, the game is looking really good. It's nice and handheld, it's nice and compact. I actually really like the shape and design and everything that the game has to offer. It has a very nice physicality to it. The pieces are a very satisfying shape. The obsidian is super duper cool. And the other thing is the actual art design. Now, I know that doesn't actually matter as far as funness goes, but I can say that one of the main reasons I got the game is because I just love Aztec culture, and it really delivered. You have all of your, Nahuatl names on top of every single card, so you get the, authentic sort of pronunciation and wording for all these things. You get really cool art that just goes with every single animal and god. You get to see all sorts of unique mythical creatures that you've never heard of before. So it's just really nice to see a culture that I really love get represented into a game like this that we don't see it get represented often. And that's what we see. If you look at Studio Tecuanis' website, they say that's their goal, is just bringing some of these Aztec cultures and stuff into games. So I'm really excited to see what they do in the future, because I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my favorite physical game at this point. I really like this game. I've always loved deck builders, and I love you versus the deck style games, so I'm going to be using this a lot. I'm so excited, and I'm so grateful that I was able to get it for the review copy. I do just want to mention that even though I got the product for free, they just said they wanted an honest review, so I'm not being paid or anything to say that I love the game. I do honestly think that it's just a super duper good game. I had a lot of fun with it. And yeah, so I hope you guys give it a try. I'll go ahead and link it in the description if you'd like to buy yourself a copy. I think it was really good, and I cannot recommend it enough. Alright, and that's it for today. I know it's sort of a weird video. I don't usually do stuff like this, but I thought might as well try something new, and I just wanted to talk about this game. I thought it was really fun. If you want more physical stuff in the future, go ahead and let me know. I do have one video in mind for another board game I want to talk about, so there'll be at least one more video. Here are the people who answered the question at the end of last video, and my question for you this video, I bet you can't guess, is going to be, what is your favorite board or card game? Go ahead and let me know down below, and your answer will end up at the end of the next video. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and if I never see you again, totally fine. I love you, and I hope you have an amazing life, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.